So that story goes on, and his recovery is continuing now in L.A.
Yeah, sorry, I have nothing to say about the Kardashians.
Okay, we'll move on. Let's go to break.
That video has gone viral. It's Kiba Arnold on KTVU Channel 2 doing a story about Lamar Odom and Khloe getting back together. I mean, that's more of a love story than Romeo and Juliet, Ziri.
Oh, gosh.
And Frank, your comment is, I have nothing to say about the Kardashians. Everyone has something to say about the Kardashians.
I was surprised by the reaction to that, and if the reaction is true, there are a lot of people who actually don't have a lot to say about the Kardashians. After we posted that on the website, I just was looking at it this morning. I just wanted to see if there were any negative comments, and I think there were something like 1,500 comments from people, and
wow.
I went through about half of them, and the only one I could find that was negative was someone saying, "Hey, come on now, it's a true love story. It's a real love story. You should lay off on those two." All the rest of them were, "Hey, that's exactly how I feel."
It is a love story, but
it's not news. It's not for the news, right?
Yeah.
Is that your objection?
You know, yes, and it's also I just don't care. I just don't care about that family. And if I had my choice, I wouldn't put it on the news. I don't think it's news. I think when Lamar Odom was close to death, I think that's news. And I think that's news because not because he's married to whatever her name is, but because he played in the NBA. And because of what happened. But when they come out and say we're going to rip up the divorce thing or whatever they're doing, I don't need to know that. And I don't think anybody needs to know that. But they want everyone to know that because that's how they thrive, is on that PR, and they're great at doing that.
So you've never been on a long flight across the country. You're on Virgin America. Nobody's looking. They're not seeing what Frank's watching. On Demand is there. You watch 8 Kardashian episodes in a row.
You've never wondered how they get their butts so big at all?
I have to admit, I've never watched the show, and I have better things to do.
Well, you know, when I first saw it, my first thought was, Frank's a pimp. He's just keeping it real. You know,
I love it.
He's saying what's really on his mind. And Frank, we do a segment here called Hella Bay, where we give clues to something very, very Bay Area. People have to guess what it is. You grew up here in the 60s. You're from Berkeley. You're Hella Bay. You've covered every major event that's happened in the Bay Area for years and years. What's your favorite part of the Bay?
God, the first thing that came to my mind was Cal Bears football, because I've been going to Cal Bears football games since 1966 when I was 8 years old. But I also love just the diversity. I love Berkeley. I have always liked Berkeley. Growing up there, the thought was always question authority. Hey, just because everyone's going left doesn't mean we have to go left. We can go right if we want to. Do your own thing. Be your own person. And that kind of defined me through my life. And just, I mean, my gosh, the Bay Area. Sometimes if you want to know how great the Bay Area is, go live someplace else. And then you have something to put it in perspective.
That's true. There are other parts of this country where it gets so cold they have something called wind chill. We don't even need to know what that means here. Frank Somerville, thanks for being on with us today, the main guy over at KTVU Fox 2. Appreciate it.
Hey, it's my pleasure. I can't wait to tell my girls, hey, guess what? Dad was on Q102 today, because my girls are always saying, Dad, you're so old. I'm 57. And I'm going to say, hey, this 57-year-old was on Q102, okay?
Right on, brother. We'll see you on the news tonight. Joey V and Ziri, we're coming back Monday morning at 6. Fresca is on your radio next.